Just an update on the changes that we're bringing in at Freedom Physio and Pilates. I've always endeavoured to improve how we go about things, and certainly it's taken 25 years to notice that the most important component of improving people's physical well-being is it's actually communication, the ability of the clinician or the practice in general to talk to you and invite you to feel free to talk to us. And I guess again, as a clinician or practice manager, we've noticed that listening to you is really important. So rather than talking over or talking at you or saying, oh, we can do this, we can do that. So part of that project we've been working on, certainly with Bryony Burns, who's our Pilates instructor, but has now become our client communications guru. I haven't quite thought up a title for that yet, is to reach out to not just prospective clients who have made an inquiry through the website, but also just as importantly, if not more importantly, to reach out to those that we are dealing with today or have dealt with in the past. So it's not an easy thing, because the most important form of communication is in person, and then the old-fashioned telephone is very important. So in the age of texting and social media, the art of conversation via telephone is very, very important. So what we've learned is that calling you, and even though we tell you we're going to call you and follow up the next day, or maybe you've dropped off the treatment perch and we're wondering where you are, is that Bryony, and it won't be me because no one really wants to talk to me, but they certainly like talking to Bryony. It also helps if you're not talking to the clinician. Sometimes you might have a criticism. It's much, much easier to speak to someone else, and that's what we're inviting, is feedback. But ringing people's phone numbers is really tricky, because there's new things come in where nobody answers their phone, and so we're certainly finding that a real challenge. And so there's a number of ways that we're trying to reach you, and certainly a phone call. Sometimes perhaps Bryony might send a text saying, "Hey, it's Bryony, give us a call." So you may hear a lot more from us now. What we're trying to do is to improve outcomes for you through communication, because often I find that simple advice, simple, straightforward advice can make a huge difference to your well-being. So a big part of where I'm headed in the future as a clinician is perhaps I'm doing less traditional treatment, and certainly spending a lot more time in the practice talking to you. One of the things I love doing is hearing from people about what's going on. So you've probably heard about discovery visits and telephone consultations, and certainly they're all there. But reaching out to you, a loyal client who's been here before or who's currently been treated, is a big part of what we're trying to do. So we've got texting, there's email, there's FaceTime, audio, all sorts of things. But really, we're looking at the old-fashioned telephone has probably been a big part of what we're trying to reach out and achieve. So don't be surprised if you don't hear from us in the near future. First point of contact is Bryony. That's her role in the practice, and I'll do another video where perhaps we'll interview Bryony, so you'll know who you're going to be hearing from. But certainly, if you are contacted in any way and you want to speak to your physiotherapist or massage therapist or the clinician that was seeing you, you are more than welcome to request a conversation with that person. You don't necessarily need to come in and see them, but what we're trying to do is to improve that art of communication between the clinician and client, and also the practice through Bryony. So this is where we're headed. I guess what I'm looking at here is the art of the follow-up, the art of communication being the most important element of improving people's physical well-being. And, thanks for watching.